When a fellow roller coaster enthusiast visits a new park, it is mainly for the big roller coasters, and sometimes you might just miss out on a decent family roller coaster. So in this video I'm gonna be ranking the best family roller coasters in the world, and we have a total of 20 rides to go through. So sit back, relax and enjoy this video. Coming in at spot number 20 we have 13, and this is actually one of the first multi-dimensional roller coasters made by Intamin. 13 is located at Alton Towers in England. 13 has a decent layout that goes out in the woods and then back into an awesome drop track section. On top of that, 13 has a very dark and scary theming that just intensifies the experience. So if you're visiting Alton Towers, please don't miss out on this roller coaster. And moving on at spot number 19 we have Cobra's Curse located at Busch Gardens Tampa in USA, and this really is an awesome attraction made by Mack Rides. This roller coaster layout is split up in 3 parts. The first part showcases the speed with long drops and drawn out elements. The second part is a small backward section, and the third part of Cobra's Curse is the best part. This is where the riders experience intense overbank combined with spinning trains, so please give Cobra's Curse a try if you visit Busch Gardens Tampa. And at spot number 18 we have Movie Park Studio Tour. This is another Intamin multi-dimensional roller coaster located at Movie Park in Germany, and this roller coaster really is an all-in-one package. You have backwards launches, forward launches, dark ride sections and turntables. This roller coaster even has a small outdoor section that goes in and out of the big ride building. But the best thing about this roller coaster is the theming in the dark ride sections. The roller coaster layout is pretty mild. And coming in at spot number 17 we have Slinky Dog Dash at Disney's Hollywood Studios in the USA, and this is one of the most awesome looking and well themed family roller coasters made by Mack Rides. What a brilliant ride design, making a whole Slinky Dog roller coaster train. And on top of that, the ride experience isn't even that bad. You have a total of 2 launches on Slinky Dog Dash, where the first one is a rolling launch, but these roller coaster launches are so slow. I think they're slower than my mini car that has 60 horsepower. But after that, Slinky Dog has a lengthy and decent layout. Moving on at spot number 16 we have Arthur at Europa Park in Germany, and this really is one of the most immersive family roller coasters out there, but we are of course talking about Europa Park. They always go all in for their rides. Arthur is a very rare suspended powered coaster made by Mack Rides, and that means the speed of the ride is controlled by electric motors. Arthur features many cool dark ride themed locations combined with decent forces on the out and back sections, and that makes this roller coaster one of the most popular attractions at Europa Park. And coming in at spot number 15 we have Trace du Roi at Parc Astérix in France, and sorry for the pronunciation but I can't do French, man, but this attraction is a very rare Mack Rides bobsled coaster, and this is by far the best one I've ever ridden of these bobsled coasters. First of all, the ride is big, and I think it's the biggest bobsled coaster they've made. Second of all, this ride is very lengthy, and on top of that the forces are there. This ride features many positive G heavy twists and turns, and combined with a lengthy layout and good pacing you have a decent ride, so don't miss out on Trace du Roi. Coming in at spot number 14 we have the new Gold Rush coaster at Drayton Manor in England, and this awesome family attraction made by Intamin is a combination of a mine train and a multi-dimensional roller coaster. This ride overall features launches, 2 different ride sequences, switch tracks, low to the ground elements and airtime, and that really creates a very lengthy layout. I have yet to experience this roller coaster myself, but I have heard that this roller coaster is very good, so many positive responses for this ride. A family coaster that includes small bits of airtime, that is awesome. Coming in at spot number 13 we have Pegasi Express at Dollywood in USA, and this is a very cool Gerslauer family coaster that is of course themed to a fireman. This roller coaster yet again combines a lengthy layout with decent pacing and awesome twists and turns. On top of that, this roller coaster also has a switch track element where the roller coaster launches backwards, and this is combined with a whole dark ride element where the whole house is burning down. So overall this is Gerslauer's first addition to this list. And at spot number 12 we have Expedition Everest at Disney's Animal Kingdom in USA, and this really is a behemoth of a roller coaster, but it is still a family coaster in my opinion. What you can expect from this roller coaster is awesome theming combined with a great and immersive story. Riders will climb Mount Everest in search of the Yeti. This ride also includes switch tracks combining backwards and forwards experiences, but suddenly you meet the Yeti and then you escape down an awesome drop, and then the rest of the layout is a very strong helix that combines great positive G-forces. Combined with Disney's immersive theming and storytelling, you really have a great ride. And coming in at spot number 11 we have Orane at Forbes Sommerland in Denmark, and yay, finally a decent roller coaster from my home country. And this roller coaster is part of the famous family suspended coaster model made by Vekoma, but in my opinion this is the coolest and most scenic location for this coaster. This ride model goes down and then under the surface of the water and then into a very forceful and intense overbank. This drop and small overbank is perhaps one of the most intense moments of family coasters, and after that you fly low to the ground over the water and then you go into 2 different helixes as we all know, and then that is pretty much it. And coming in at spot number 10 we have Oscar's Wacky Taxi at Sesame family place in the USA. And this small wooden roller coaster has actually been a part of another video I've made. The front of the train on this roller coaster is so cool and cute, but the Gravity group has really outdone themselves with these small, intense family wooden coasters. And Oscar's Wacky Taxi is no exception. This roller coaster features a lot of airtime, both floater airtime and ejector airtime. And it is also very funny to think about that this small wooden roller coaster has a lot more airtime and punch than a huge giga roller coaster. Just cracking the top 10 spot at spot number 9, we have Storm Chaser at Paulton's Park in England. And yes, this is another awesome addition by Mack Rides. Storm Chaser is an awesome spinning coaster, and this layout is really lengthy, combining many sharp twists and turns. But the out of control spinning on the trains is what makes this coaster awesome. Storm Chaser's awesome pacing just seems to carry through the whole ride experience. So this ride really is the definition of endless fun for the whole family. And coming in at spot number 8, we have Pegasi Express at Parc Astérix in France. And this is perhaps one of the best family roller coasters made by Gerstlauer. First of all, you have an awesome pre-lift section where you have a tire launch. After that, Pegasi Express has a very lengthy forward section with floater airtime and twists and turns. Then the ride goes into a very cool dark ride themed section. And the rest of this ride is a backwards section as you get shot out of the show building. And this roller coaster also has a beautiful location over the water. And moving on at spot number 7, we have Big Thunder Mountain at Disneyland Paris in France again. And in my opinion, this is Vekoma's best Big Thunder Mountain. I don't know why, but I feel like this layout is a bit more forceful than the other ones in the USA. And yet again, you have the typical Big Thunder Mountain layout with 3 different lift hills and then sharp turns and small dips. But this Big Thunder Mountain model at Paris is so awesome. It has its own island, and that means you go in and out of the tunnel to get to the main track. I would recommend a back row ride in the dark on this coaster. It feels out of control. And now at spot number 6, we have Jutland at Djursommerland in Denmark. And yay, Denmark gets mentioned yet again. Jutland was the first awesome intimate motorbike roller coaster. First of all, this roller coaster has an awesome dark ride section just before the first launch. And after that, you have 2 very punchy launches that takes the riders up to 50 and 52 miles per hour. And that is 80 kilometers per hour and 85 kilometers per hour. And the rest of this awesome roller coaster is a very lengthy layout combining strong twists and turns and positive G-forces, so it's awesome. The motorbike seating makes it even better. And now cracking the top 5 spot at spot number 5, we have Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood USA. This is one of the newest family coaster additions by Vekoma, and this really is a hit. Like Juwelen, this roller coaster layout is very long, and it also has 3 different roller coaster launches. The first one goes out of the station, of course, and then the 2 other ones are rolling launches. Big Bear Mountain overall has a very pacey and forceful layout, combining small floater pops around the whole layout, so what's not to like? And now at spot number 4, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot in the USA. And I also have heard that this is the most expensive theme park attraction in the whole world. This immersive attraction combines a very technical roller coaster layout with world-class and immersive theming by Disney, of course. And this is a very technical attraction made by Vekoma. On top of world-class theming, this ride layout contains backwards launches, spinning and twisting trains, and then a very lengthy twisting layout. And then you could put $1 billion price tag on this one. And now coming in on 3rd place is Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure at Islands of Adventure in USA. And holy moly, who made that name? And in terms of bosses, this roller coaster layout is a bit more mild compared to Juwelen at Djursommerland, but this coaster layout succeeds in every other dimension. This roller coaster layout is so complex. You have 7 different launches, a drop track, a stall, a backwards section. You have everything here, and this ride experience is beautifully combined with immersive theming from the Harry Potter universe. Through the whole layout experience of Hagrid, you have different theming elements and awesome expensive animatronics to look at. So I do really get why this queue line is minimum 2 hours all year long. And coming in at 2nd place, we have Colorado Adventure at Phantasialand in Germany. And this really is by far the best mine train in the whole world. And before we mention the track experience, let's quickly talk about the theming. Colorado Adventure is very well themed, just like the other mine train coasters at the Disneyland parks. But this roller coaster really excels in its layout. I don't know why, but Colorado Adventure feels like a Vekoma mine train on steroids. The whole layout on Colorado Adventure just feels faster than the other ones. It is more intense, more whippy, more positive G's, more out of control. And there's also a very large part of the ride that is in complete darkness, and I actually thought I would die. And now coming in at spot number 1, we have Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom in USA. And I know this could be a really biased opinion, but I have never had more fun on any roller coaster than I did on this. But this version of Space Mountain can only be number 1 if you sit on the back row. And yes, this is a very old attraction from 1975, but in the back row, this ride gave the most out of control ejector airtime, and suddenly you get flinked to the side by strong laterals on the sharp turns. And 90% of this ride is experience in complete darkness. Space Mountain is just never ending fun with ejector airtime hill sharp turn, ejector airtime hill sharp turn, and you never know where you're gonna get it. It may not be the newest, most technical, advanced, most expensive, but I had the most fun on this ride. So now you finally made it to the end of this video. Do you agree? Do you disagree with my rankings? Have I missed some coasters? Let me know in the comments, and at the end of the day I'm always gonna say bye bye.